original thing, did you ever feel while you were studying that there was some kind of glass ceiling and that impacted your practice or prevented you from doing certain things as an artist?
Not at all. Mainly because I was too naive to concern myself with those things. I think I was only focused in being able to express myself creatively. So everything else didn't really matter. I didn't really benchmark myself alongside anybody else. And I'm very fortunate not to have had those concerns with me at the time, because I think it would have really hindered the artist that I am today and the kind of practice that I have today as well. I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what about when you got into the real world?
I mean, that's really different because my general concerns were about making money, about surviving, about still proving my dad wrong because I was proving him right at the time, about not understanding the mechanics of the business of art making, and that it's not just about passion, and not being equipped to deal with it, and also realizing that the people that I was surrounding myself with were still predominantly white and male, because these were the people that kind of engaged in the practice that I knew and understood and loved, and I could be on the same level with them. And subliminally, without knowing, I guess, or in a way of assimilating, because I'm quite a good assimilator, and I think that's what my family had to do when we got here. I almost became the white, almost middle-aged male in a little petite black female body. So in my head that's who I was, but in physical reality that's not who I was. But I was treated like a white male as well, because I proved myself, because it was always about what I did, not who I am or how I physically appeared to be. Yeah.
How was that? Because it's interesting you say that, because there are a lot of supremely talented people who do what you do, who are women, but who feel like proving themselves isn't enough. So how did you navigate that and get to a point where you were able to be accepted, and that the proof of your abilities was enough for you to be accepted within that camp of white male sculptor?
I think it starts with just erasing all of the issues of being thinking about acceptance, and not thinking about these sort of categories that I was put into, which is female, which is black, which is sort of African, which is from Essex. It was just about dealing with people on a human level and engaging with them on that level, and that being the starting point. And then it became more about personalities and commonalities, and then progressing from there. For me, that's how I was able to transcend that. And also, it stopped me, or it didn't, it kind of helped me in not being hindered by it as well, and not being focused by it as well. Yeah, it's a particular, you have to be in a particular mindset or a mind frame that is almost quite naive to a certain extent, for want of a better word. I'm trying to think of a better expression, but there has to be an element of naivety about it, where you trust in people, and you trust in humanity, and you trust that things can go and transcend beyond race, gender, class, physicality, and that you can connect with people on that level. And when you don't, and they make it a problem for you, then you step back and you move on to somebody else who can relate to who and what you are. Of course, that doesn't work in reality sometimes, in sort of context where in the art world, there's a particular kind of hierarchy and establishment, and it becomes more problematic. But you can still navigate around that, I think. And that's the for me, it's just being about connecting with people and showing them that there are other ways around things that you think are set in stone when they're not really. Because for me, things should be set in stone. But as I said, if I feel like a white male sculptor as a little black female, then I am. But that doesn't matter, because those are just labels. It's more about who I am and about connecting with other people.